Welcome to the Big Little Talk podcast, the podcast where we ask, how well do you know where you live? I'm Gareth P. Morris, and today's guest is BBC New Comedy Award winner Paul Hilleard. Paul, how you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm good, Gareth. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. What you been up to today?
I had work. So I've been in work since, I was supposed to be there for 7:30, but I locked myself out of my house. So I got in for like 8:15, unfortunately.
So
But it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Did you leave the house and then realise, bugger, I've left the car keys or the house keys in the house, is it?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. It was weird because I had I had really nice sleep and everything, and I brought a book, I brought a packed lunch, I had everything that I normally leave, but I'd forgotten my keys and my my car keys, yeah. So I had to run around the back. I live in like a HMO, so there's a bunch of us living in this house. So we've got a password on the back door. I can remember it, so I had to go through my emails. Then it started raining. I rang my housemate. Everything was going wrong real quickly, but it was all right.
Oh, sad, yeah. I can imagine Daniel Palt has had a bad day playing in the background as you're doing that. Do you remember that song from the noughties? It was an absolute
With the
earworm.
piano, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
What happened to him?
I don't know. He did one song and then that was the end of it, wasn't it?
He made money though, surely.
Oh, great! It was in every rom-com, wasn't it, in 2000, and then just dropped off.
That's the dream, though, isn't it? Just do one thing. Just do one thing in your life. Be smart with your money, and then that's it.
Bit of passive income. One of the boys said before, if he was going to do any song, he'd write a Christmas song, because then every year it just comes generating back in. If you write, how much does what's her face name, Mariah Carey? She must make an absolute bomb off that song every year.
What's the dream, man? To be Mariah Carey. That must be nice, isn't
it? So this podcast is fairly new. So, Paul, do you know what you're going into today, mate?
You're going to ask me questions about my hometown, I feel, and then you're going to judge how well I know my hometown.
How well do you think you know your hometown?
I know how to get there. I know how to get out. I know some shortcuts, but this is the thing about being Welsh and not being able to speak the language. I always feel like I'm not as Welsh as I could be, you know?
Did it feels like a secret club, doesn't it?
It does. Do you speak Welsh?
Tipping back a little bit.
Yeah. And it is that, I don't know, it's a weird one where you I'm proud to be Welsh, but then I'm also there's this resistance almost. And because my family, some of them are English and stuff, I'm proud, but that, you meet a Scottish person or an Irish person or anyone who's just super into their country. I've never been that. Not to a point where I'm ashamed of being Welsh, but there is that level of there's more to this world than Wales, you know? There's more to this world than Pontypridd. So, but this is what I got going for me.
Go on.
In this pub quiz or whatever this is, in this little quiz, Ponty is a very small place, so I feel like I'll know enough to get at least 50% right.
I think you'll do well. I think you do well. It's I'd love to do a set in Welsh. I think I spoke to Stefan Evans and he was saying it's a nightmare to learn the language anyway, but to do stand up in it is a lot harder. So I did a massive colossal clanger about 2 years ago where I put an Instagram video up of myself saying that I was going to learn a 5-minute set in Welsh by a certain period, set the time and everything, and then it just massively failed. I learned a little bit more Welsh, but absolutely no jokes at all.
Yeah, because that's you tried to humiliate yourself into learning a language, and reality is you don't want to.
Exactly that.
It's like going to the gym. We all want to get into shape, but it's hard, especially when you have to have a dietary, Same with Welsh. You got to read it, listen to it, go through it. I don't know, man.
You got to immerse yourself around it as well, haven't you? Really?
Yeah, but I have heard that the Welsh gigs, there's money to be made in them. So that is one of the reasons why we should all learn it as comics.
Have
You
you
know.
seen? Have you seen? I think it's, Stefan Allen's one, the comedy translates. I
Oh yeah.
really like the idea of that, where you've got like one comedian doing a Welsh set and another comedian translating into English. I think that's a really cool concept. I'd be up for. Well, I'd be up for watching it. I imagine I'd understand if it's translated. Hopefully,
Yeah. Yeah. It seems fun. Be silly with it then.
yeah. Um, Today's co-host is John, the elusive John. How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So John's a really nervous person when he comes. He doesn't like being talked about. He's happy to like chip into conversations, and I think he's a really sort of useful counterpart alongside me being chatty. But like he hates any form of praise. So if he was you were on stage and like people laughed at you, you wouldn't like it, would you, John? If the joke went well,
No, I'd hate it. I'd see it as pointless for me being there, to be honest. So, yeah, I just
he,
feel uncomfortable. I'll probably
Do
just
you
speak Welsh so no one can understand me, to be honest. And then
do you speak Welsh, John?
second language, yeah.
Do you feel when you learnt it that you became more Welsh?
I suppose, but I think well, we grew up in West Wales, didn't we, guys? So I think down there you're kind of forced to become Welsh, if that makes sense. It's kind of drilled into you, isn't it? The rugby team is number one, you know, football teams, well, number 101. But you're always told Welsh is best almost, you got to eat Welsh, Wales is this, Wales is that. So I think it's almost ingrained in you whether you speak Welsh or not down west,
Yeah.
but it might be different in east.
South
well,
Wales. I mean, to a degree,
Yeah.
I didn't grow up playing rugby either. That's one of the things that I'm quite disappointed in myself. One, because I think I would have been better as a rugby player than a football player, just because I'm faster, you know. So I was good on the wing, but I never learned how to tackle or anything. So
No,
the fact that I can't speak Welsh and I never grew up playing rugby, I don't feel fully Welsh.
the rugby I totally agree with. So I didn't learn. I didn't really learn to play rugby. I mean, the time I actually integrated myself into rugby was when we'd go to was it the George in Roath, John, to watch Six Nations.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
that is it. I've got. I don't like getting wet. So the thought of being in a
What's that to do with
field
rugby? All right.
Yeah.
in a pitch because it rains in Wales. Yeah. No, I tell you what, we're not really we're not really selling Wales at the moment, to be honest. Like considering the three Welsh lads in a chat.
No, I love Wales, but there is like I don't know there's like an identity of what a Welshman should be, and I feel so far from it that I don't know. Maybe it's just my own complex. Maybe I'm buying into this weird uh, stereotype of a Welshman, and I got to get over myself. It's 2026. Welshmen cannot. It's okay to not speak Welsh and not play rugby. You can still call yourself a Welshman.
You've got a great accent for it though, Paul. You got like a really like you could easily
I was
read
going to say,
poetry.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm
Like a Michael
dyslexic, so.
Sheen. Like a Michael Sheen.
Oh, mate. As long as someone told me what the words meant, I think I could do it, maybe.
I think we've already mentioned the town in the conversation, but Paul, without telling us outright, what's your location known for?
Where's my location?
What,
Pontypridd.
what's it known for, mate?
Oh, sorry. We're known. I've ruined the game already. We've got a big bridge, a really old bridge, which was it's on our rugby club's badge. And growing up, I was told about this bridge because it was like the first bridge that connected uh, this part of Wales, I think, which then allowed it to become a farming market, which then, blew everything up. But the problem with this bridge is that it took about 3 attempts to build.
Oh,
So
really? What
yeah,
happened?
yeah, yeah. No, but Ponty Bridge, they kept putting I don't know what you call them, like making it like a table, so there was like not
Legs.
sticks, but like pillars. Yeah,
Yeah,
pillars.
yeah.
See, I told you, boys. You're thinking I've got the voice for poetry, but I can't even remember what the word legs mean. So they kept putting these legs down, but the river would wash them away, keep washing them away, and they thought, oh, we'll add more legs, and it kept washing them away. So now the old Ponty Bridge has 0 legs. So it's just like an arch, sort of
Oh
like a
god.
rainbow made out of cement and stone. So it's quite cool. But yeah, that's what it's really famous for, I guess, maybe. And being an old
Nice.
market town and a mining town and a steelworks town. But Thatcher
That's
did away
that's
with all
that's
that.
that's all of them. Then it's when it comes to mining
100%.
and all that sort of stuff. Right, here we go. Comedians and entertainers travel for hours on end to attend shows, but do they know what's on their front door? Our team of intense researchers, which definitely isn't just me doing a 30-minute Google AI search, have prepared the blow questions to see if you know your local area. Today's location is Pontypridd. Now, John, would you like to take us through the snapshot?
I'd love to, yeah. So Pontypridd is a town located in the county of Rhondda Cynon Taf. Pontypridd has a population of 33,000 people, which fluctuates due to the students from the nearby University of South Wales. Pontypridd's name originates from an Old Welsh name, meaning the bridge by the earthen house. Transport for Wales headquarters are based in the town. Pontypridd has a rich rugby history, with Ponty boasting former players such as Neil Jenkins and Gethin Jenkins. However, Pontypridd's biggest claim to fame is being the birthplace of Wales' most famous export, Sir Tom Jones.
Have you ever met Tom Jones, Paul?
No, but everyone has a story of, oh yeah, my great uncle was his babysitter, or and one mate. He doesn't have a great reputation. Well, it depends. It depends who you talk
Yeah.
to. Everyone loves him, obviously, great guy, but he came back to do a big gig in Ponty Park, maybe in the early 2000s. And my primary school, which he went to, supposedly Treforest Primary School, which is no longer there, it was facing closure, but everyone was like signing, trying to keep it open, donating money. And supposedly he didn't donate any money and he didn't sign it. Not that he should have, but also, come on, Tom.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
Also, I got a mate, George, whose uncle, supposedly, when Tom came back, this is, just as his career's popping off, he's gone to America, he's come back. He tried to cut in line at the chippy, and my mate's uncle punched him in the nose and told him. But I've also heard tremendous things. But have you seen the picture of him next to a swimming pool, and he's got like these Speedos, tiger print Speedos, and he's got like not a post box, a telephone box in his back garden. Supposedly it was a telephone box from his old street. I might have made that up, but I think that's right.
Is it the one for TV Times? I'm just having a look on images now.
That's an image, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's strong,
his
isn't
legs.
it?
With his leg spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very masculine image, that is.
He's a super hunk, like.
With a massive Christian.
I was going to say, what are you going to say then?
Yeah, no, with a massive cross. Just cross. Let's crack on. So round one, this first round is called Local Legend or Load of Lies. So there's 3 questions. You get 1 point for each correct answer. I've got 3 pieces of information here. They could all be real. They could all be fake. You've got to sniff them out, and each question is worth a point. So question 1. Pontypridd was the site of the United Kingdom's first modern cremation.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it illegal as well? Because the guy who did it, he had a bit of a cult, didn't he? I only know this because on my other podcast, Darren Coles, my co-host, he brought this up. There's some lunatic who lived not far from where my parents live, on the common in Pontypridd.
Yeah.
He was a doctor, and
it.
I think he had a child who died, so he burnt them in the woods. He was sort of like a pagan guy, and everyone was up in arms going, "You can't do this, can't do this." And he went, "Look, I know the law. He's my God. There's no law that says I can't do this." And yeah, supposedly he was this like local. He was a doctor, he was a GP, but he was also a bit of an head case. He's this type of pagan lad who would wander around with his shoes off.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
That.
And I think when he died, they burnt his. Was his the first legal cremation, or was it his child or someone he burnt, he forced it into law, essentially.
You've smashed this one. Yeah, so it's in 1884. He was a eccentric local doctor and druid enthusiast, William Price. He was arrested for cremating his own son. When I saw the first blurb, I thought, crikey, cremating his own son. I was like, had the son died? I was like, just go and walk on that bonfire. But, I found out afterwards the son had passed away beforehand. Dr. William Price then proved that cremation wasn't strictly illegal, as there was no legislation because it had to be buried before that, which then prompted the Cremation Act. And then, that came in 1902. And then when Dr. Price died, then he was cremated publicly. There was 20,000 people who watched him be cremated.
How could you see it from that many people?
Tickets.
When was it? When did he get cremated?
So I've got the Cremation Act was 1902. I'll have a quick look to see now. Dr. William Price. When did he die? Dr. William Price, death. All right, so he died in 1893, but the Cremation Act came in after his death. His final words shortly before passing away, following a fall, was "Give me champagne." Yeah, he was cremated then after that. 20,000 tickets. That's a stadium jobby, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
No camera phones. Everyone just in the moment.
Yeah, enjoying it.
doing his pre-cremation interview. This sperm's going to be huge.
Yeah. They're probably making sure he's not coming back. They're like, make sure he's burnt right.
Chuck some more coal on it.
The druid rises.
Question 2. In 2012, a wallaby escaped from a private enclosure and caused a police chase through Pontypridd town centre.
I'm going to say false. I've not heard of this, so.
This is true. So in 2012, Skippy hopped over his 4.5-foot fence, which isn't very high for a wallaby. Like he jumped over a 4.5-foot fence at the Little Friends Farm, Hopkinstown. Do you know where that is?
Oh yeah, I've been there. It's like a knockoff Folly Farm.
Is that what it is? Is it still going?
Yeah, I think so. I think I went there on a play scheme once when I was maybe 10. I don't remember wallabies. I remember goats and sheep, really.
So here's the thing, though. Apparently, he was moved shortly after this, and he died of depression a year later.
Where was he moved to?
I don't know. He didn't like it, so he was moved from Little Friends Farm, and then a year later, apparently, he didn't like where he was, and it just, do you know what? Sod it. Give me those brass
Newport.
Hopkinstown. That was his.
Yeah.
It's not the nicest place in the world, but fair enough.
Oh, the wallaby didn't hang himself. Release the wallaby files. Question 3. Pontypridd is twinned with the city of Monte Carlo, and that's where the nickname Ponte Carlo originated.
No, that's lies.
That is lies. That is spot on.
That's lies.
That's
all right.
Yeah. So at the end of that round, it is 2 out of 3 points, mate. Happy days.
Thank you very much.
I really wanted to add a third fact, a third true fact on this, and John put in a Monte Carlo one. I really like this one, though. You may remember it. In 2017, residents of Treforest complained to Wales Online because of students pooing in the streets. That genuinely happened, but the quotation from one of the residents, local resident Margaret, was quoted as saying, "It's so unfair. A lady down the road is moving out because of it. We've had a guts full."
That's good.
It's like if she needs to relieve herself, the students seem to have worked it out.
I grew up on Queen Street, which is like, if anyone knows, in Treforest, it's one of the entrances to University of South Wales. It's at the very end of it. And I remember,
is it where the power station is at the top of the road?
Yeah, where the fire station is, yeah. And
You've got like an access path that goes down the backs of all those streets. Yeah. Oh, I know you are. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you exit, you're in like an alleyway.
It's the dodgiest alleyway that would absolutely trash the bottom of your car.
Yeah, and Yeah, they used to, obviously, I didn't know it at the time, but I'd hear people screaming and shouting outside, and it was students, wheelie bin races and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know what this is, but it was just students or drunken students, sorry.
So that's all right.
I still want to know why they were doing it in the streets. I don't think I've ever been that drunk. I thought, you know what, just
Oh,
dump a
not
load
much
here
proof
now
in
while
the
I'm walking
street.
down.
I mean, they must have been caught short. Maybe there was some sort of initiation, when you like want to join a rowing club and they
That's
make you do
true,
weird
yeah.
stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
they were all on laxatives or something. I don't know.
Right
Some
outside
sort
the
of
no
weird
fouling
ritual.
sign or something like that, just sitting there, just going,
100%.
yeah, no one tells me what to do, man.
This episode is sponsored by the New Comedian's Guidebook. Ever wanted to try comedy? Are you a new comedian who wants the upper hand? The New Comedian's Guidebook gives you all the advice you need to hit the ground running and get funny fast. In its first 3 months, it's had 10 5-star reviews on Amazon. That's the New Comedian's Guidebook, available now. Round 2 is where are you off then? So this is one question. You get 3 points for the correct answer. In this round, I've picked an independent shop from your high street and added 2 fake ones. The question is, which one is the real one? So option 1 is Anagram Antiques. Option 2 is Palindrome Poultry. And option 3 is Sentence Solicitors. I can go through them again if you want, mate.
Which one's the real one?
Yeah, which one's the real? One of them is a
There's just
genuine
one,
shop.
right?
Yeah, so Anagram Antiques, Palindrome Poultry, or Sentence Solicitors.
Okay, none of them are ringing a bell massively, but I reckon it's sentences. Is it C? Sentences, solicitors.
Sentence Solicitor. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It's Anagram Antiques. It is.
Oh, yes.
It's in.
Terrible.
I think it's in the market. The blurb I found is described as bringing reasonably priced antiques and collectibles to the public. Any antique shop, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but fair play. They
Yeah.
like alliteration. They've learned about alliteration. They went, we like the word. What a sound.
So
In the market,
John,
did you say?
I think it's in the market. I'll have a quick. I should have put where that is. Let's have a little look. I think it's near the. I think it's near the market. Church Street. So it's in the town centre. Oh yeah. Looking at this, the photo inside.
Okay.
As you walk into the market, it's kind of behind. Do you know the cocktail place?
Aye.
It's behind there.
Blueberries.
Sort of thing. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go for. So yeah, I got a story as well. I think it's the first time I met you, Paul. So my first proper gig was actually your night, and it was like I think I just started a week into comedy. I'd written a terrible 5-minute set, like everyone does when they first start out, and or most do anyway. And I think you put a thing on the Southwest Comedy Forum saying, is anyone free for a gig as part of the Swansea Fringe? And like every cocky new act, I went, oh yeah, I'm free. So jumped along to it, turned up. It was you, Alex, was it Charlie from memory?
Sounds right.
And it was regression comedy. So my first proper gig was your regression comedy nights at Swansea Fringe. And I've still got a picture of you sticking a pig mask on top of my head. So basically you had to deliver your set. And while that was happening, things were happening to you. So I think you had sound effects on one guy as he was delivering his set. That was hilarious. One guy, you taped him together. So he actually gaffer taped one comedian. I had a heckler, which was in the form of Charlie. I didn't realize I could heckle him back. And then when I heckled him back, you kind of went, sod this, took my glasses off, put a pig mask on. I couldn't see my set then, so I kind of just timed out, and I think it was gonged off then at that point. But yeah, still quite funny that my first gig is a pro photo on Facebook somewhere from, it's a Damien Rosser of you putting a pig mask on me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's
Uh,
fine.
That's something Charlie Webster and Jordan Brooks invented many a year ago, where it was like the alternative gong show.
Yeah.
Not, gong shows are horrible enough as it is. You're trying to survive for 5 minutes and you could get gonged off at any time. But they decided to put on mad spin on it, where it's like, we'll make it even worse. So, like you said, there'll be added each person's 5 minutes will have more obstacles, and yours, I guess, was like, we can just mess around with you. And yeah, Charlie was adamant. He was like, first timers shouldn't do this. So the
Yeah.
fact that it was your first gig as well, uh, it's not really a real gig. But, if anything, look, it shows you that was like the ultimate boot camp. Your first ever gig was the most insane gig you might have ever done.
Oh, it was crazy. And the room was, there was a good, I just said sort of like 75% full. Like it was a nice room there
I
that
think so.
day.
I remember.
Yeah.
I've completely forgot, but now you've jogged my memory. I remember it was in what's the venue now?
Elysium in Swansea.
Elysium, yeah, on the high street, yeah. And I was surprised at how many people were there, but I also don't think the crowd knew what was going on. We didn't do a good job of explaining it. It was just a big mush of just carnage. But hey, we all look at us now, man.
Exactly. I really enjoyed it too. I think it was I enjoyed watching, 'cause at that point you're taking in as much comedy as you can. I still remember there was one guy, I don't see him on the scene. I can't remember him after that, but the first thing he did was ask people if they were vaccinated or unvaccinated, and this was like 2021. That's like a sore subject you don't mention if you've had an injection, or because there were so many people who were like, my body, my choice, all that sort of stuff,
Especially in Swansea.
Yeah.
With the heroin and all that. Yeah.
Most of them were used to needles. This is round 3 then. So this is phoning it in. So in this round, I've called a local shop for a chat. You've got to guess who they are. You get 5 points if you can name the shop and 5 points if you can guess what they sell. So I've got an audio clip here.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. What's your name, sorry?
Teresa Connor.
Teresa Connor. And Teresa, you're in a shop in Pontypridd, is that correct?
I am, yes.
Okay, so what's around you?
So we have fantastic bread opposite, nice pies to the right.
And what's the front of the shop look like with yourself?
It's brown and wooden.
And how could we find you in Pontypridd?
We're quite well known, and we're in the marketplace as well. We're in the indoor market in Pontypridd.
Okay, that's excellent. Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
Any clue, mate?
So the market stall,
Yes.
and they've got bread next to them, right? Fresh
That's
bread.
And a pie shop next to them.
Pie shop. I'm not going to know the name of the store, but do they sell like bedding? Are they like a bedding store?
No. Anyone else you can think of?
Frames. They don't sell frames, do they? They're not framing store.
Nah. So
What about like baby clothes?
you're just reeling things off now, aren't you?
Okay, that's my last guess. I'm not sure.
No, it was the Welsh cake shop. It was. Have you been to
Oh, no way.
Have you been there? Have you?
I was gonna say Welsh cakes.
But yeah.
She said bread next to it. Did she mean she was in a bread store?
So I think she's the next door, or opposite her is a bakery, or she said delicious bread,
Bakery.
and then next to her is the pie shop, but she's actually a Welsh cake shop. She has like a griddle or something now. I
know the griddle. I know the griddle well. I'll be honest. I haven't been for a while, so my geography of the market, which is constantly changing. The griddle came in after I left, because I left for uni in 2017, and then moved back in with my parents during COVID. Obviously, the market weren't open then, and then moved back to Cardiff, then moved to Bristol. So the griddle, I don't know how long it's been around, because I remember there used to be a record store in the market, and then that got replaced by a butcher's. So it's constantly moving, man.
I'd
you
love
know.
to. I'd love it.
I'm telling you, there's
Yeah.
a bit pack of lies. It's just I'm ashamed that I didn't just go for the Welsh cakes. Especially when she said we're famous. I was like, yeah, what shops are famous? And I thought Welsh cakes, but you know, hey, didn't
It's all
say it.
good.
So all this
All
is just a
good.
lie.
So looking on their Facebook as well, that they and recommendations from Google. They said that you can see the Welsh cakes being made, and they recommend that if you get there early you get there early, you can get jam Welsh cakes. Now, I like a jam Welsh cake, but I know a lot of people say it's like sacrilegious. And what's your take on a jam Welsh cake, Paul?
I was raised with those. Like no one in my household made Welsh cakes. We were more of a pancake household. But whenever I would get the option of a jam Welsh cake for my like school dinners, I would always go for the jam over the original raisin and sugar. You know.
I like
So
it.
yeah,
Yeah, I like a jam Welsh cake. Like, yeah, some people aren't a fan of it. You a fan, John?
John.
No, I think it's sacrilege, mate. It's
See, yeah,
disgusting.
see, it's a really divisive subject, or divisive. That's a
You
divisive
might as well have a
subject.
scone. You might as well have a scone at that point, isn't it? You're literally half an inch away from a scone doing that.
Look
So,
how
no,
angry
My
he
dad,
is.
I am angry
dad's
about it,
from,
actually. Yeah,
my dad's from Torquay, so maybe that's why I am
that
more
could be it.
inclined to
Yeah.
have a bit of a jam.
I tell you what I
Welsh cake.
enjoy in Pontypridd is I only went there once to Pontypridd and to this place. Is Prince's, is it?
Yeah. Well, when she started saying, as soon as she said famous, I was like, is this Princess?
That's
Because
a wicked
Princess is
place,
well
that is.
known. And she was talking about it being wood. So
Yeah.
Princess, for those who don't know, everyone knows about it in the valleys, especially if you go to Ponty. It feels like a blast from the past because they've got bakeries in it as well. Everything is like made in the bakery downstairs. But then upstairs, it feels almost like you're in what's that 1920s film, The Great Gatsby?
Yeah,
Yeah, it does,
Not
doesn't it? Yeah.
massively, but a little bit. You know, it's a bit shabby chic. It's a Poundland Gatsby. There's like jazz singers in mirrors. It's a bit mental, but it's fun. And I remember going there as a kid when there was like the smoking section and a non-smoking section.
Oh,
And
amazing.
obviously now you can do it. My auntie had a wedding do up there. Like it's funny because they're trying to be a bit 1920s chic in Princes, but there's still that you're in the valleys. So we would have for my auntie's wedding, they put on this lovely buffet and everything, but it was still cans, bow everywhere, just bow everywhere. Lovely buffet, but bow everywhere.
Oh, I can't imagine like a cake shop with like a smoking and non-smoking section. It just doesn't seem.
You don't remember that, do you? Like, loads of cafes used to have that.
I think I remember like pubs having smoking sections and things like that, but not like a cake shop. Like, here's your eclair.
I remember one time trying to get a job in there as well. I was like 15 and my dad was like asking the owner, who they're like quite friendly with, and it's family run business. He was like, oh, any chance my son can, like, you know, he's looking for like weekend work. And he just went, nah, I only employ women. And he did. You looked around and there was women of every like generation, you know. And he was just like, fair enough. That's it.
Oh, that's brilliant. So we're down to round 4 now. So this is the final round, and then we'll have a chat as well. So this is fact file. So there are 5 questions. You get 3 points for each correct answer. So in this round, Paul, you'll be hearing a series of facts about Pontypridd read out by John. Your job is to retain them and answer questions about them afterwards. One fact will be incorrect, so listen closely. Also, John can win you a bonus point if he reels out this section within 30 seconds. So I've got my stopwatch out. John, let me know when you're ready. As soon as you say go, I will press start.
Go.
Okay.
The Welsh national anthem was composed in Pontypridd in 1856 by local father and son duo Evans and James James. The old bridge was built by William Edwards in 1756. After the closure of the mines, Pontypridd Airport was decommissioned in 1984. The old YMCA and market area has been used as a film location for Doctor Who and Torchwood. The average income is 38,400. There are 81 crimes per 1,000 people, and 70% of people in Pontypridd own their own homes.
Nice. Very well done under the pressure there.
That was 30 seconds.
Lovely, buddy. Have you been practicing?
No.
No? Not? I'm
No.
surprised, man. I'm so good.
No,
I couldn't have done that.
It's just a skill now.
We write them all
Just,
out. I started. Yeah, we started originally. It was me writing them all out, and then I thought that's not very fair because I'm like rapping them. So I send a blurb to John, and he tweaks it down then, and or makes it a bit easy to pronounce as well. Right. So there's 5 questions on what you've just heard, mate, and one of those facts you heard was false as well. So do the 5 questions first. Question 1: what's the surname of the father-son duo who composed the national anthem?
James.
Yes, spot on. That's that one. Question 2: where does the park run take place? Oh no, we haven't actually. That's not actually on.
no, you taking it out. You're taking it. Oh,
yeah, no, I didn't take it out.
No, no. Hang on. What happened was you've left the question in, but I was meant to say about the rugby team.
Yeah, we did put that one in.
And where they play, Sardis Park.
That's right. I've got another one.
Alice Road.
Sardis Road, is it?
Yeah, so yeah, I'll give you that.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Extra point, boys.
Yeah, happy days. Yeah. How many crimes per 1,000 people?
85 was it? Or
Do you want to take another guess?
That's close.
82?
It's closer again.
81?
There we go. Yeah, 81. Right, and Doctor Who and what else was filmed in the YMCA?
Torchwood.
That's it. And what percentage of people own their own home?
Oh, I stopped listening, I'll be honest, when I heard the fake. You said, I heard the fake fact, and I was like, remember that one. Is it percentage or was it in thousands?
Percentage.
Yeah, percentage, mate. It's quite high,
I'm
actually. I was
gonna go-
surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised.
63. Too high?
Not high enough.
Not high enough?
One more guess.
75.
Oh, it was
Close.
70. It's still, that's
70.
pretty good. And what was the false fact, mate?
False fact you said about Ponty Airport being shut down after the mines.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Hey, fair play. That's good going, that is. So yeah, just tallied up the points. You are on. You've ended with a final score of 19 points, which puts you in first place.
Holy moly.
Chuff for that. Oh, actually, no, wait. Bonus point. John did it in 30 seconds, although he missed out Sardis Road. So that is 20 points. So yeah, you are now our new top scorer. Happy days.
Who am I beating?
You're beating Tom Ricks and you are beating Jordan Losman from. He was on ITV's The Neighbourhood. So yeah, you're in front of two others.
Clearly didn't know his neighbourhood, did he?
Paul, so you're working on a new show, Grogg, at the moment. How's it going, and anything you can reveal about it, mate?
Yeah, so I'm sorting out my first, my debut hour that I'm taking up to the Fringe this year, which is in less than 2 months now.
Yeah.
It's nice. A lot of it is about, I talk about Ponty a fair bit. It's about me, being a working class lad in the valleys, moving to Bristol, being surrounded by more middle class people, and just weird observations that I find, comparing and contrasting the two little cultures. I also talk about my relationships, an ex of mine, current relationship I'm in, and yeah, just growing up in the valleys and how that makes you a bit weird, but then also when you move to a new place, you realize, oh, these people are a bit weird as well, So hopefully it's just me pointing out the weirdness of everybody, and including myself, and it's a bit of a laugh.
No, have you when it comes to the club set? Have you, because in terms of your club set, you tend to do a lot more crowd work, don't you? Normally it'll be 50-50 crowd work and actual material. Is there much of that material that's actually gone into the Grogg show, or is it like a fresh writing exercise?
It's far less crowd worky. Well, normally you see me and I always do crowd work because you've seen me with gigs.
I
The
book
gigs
you in
you
Leslie.
put me on. Yeah, well, honestly, everything. Every time I do a gig with you, it never goes perfectly, does it? They
I need
either
to get
don't like
yeah.
they don't like my material enough, so then I turn on them and I start like twisting them, and I go, "Come on, then, let's make something out of this." But no, I'd say you've probably seen about a good 20 minutes of my material of the Grog
Nice.
show. There's a little bit of like crowd interaction, but not as much as when you see me do a cafe and
I'll
people
never
are having like
Uh,
the
I'll never forget. I think it was Leslie it was, and you just walked up. I think for the poster as well, because I booked you before, and like I didn't really know how to. This was before you'd won the awards and stuff. Because I'm really cool and I know talent. And when it came to the poster, I thought, what can I say about Paul? He is a headliner, but it's like in terms of accolades. So I literally just put on the poster, Paul Hilleard, just wait and see. And the first thing you did was you walked up to a table with two people and went, "What's your name? What's your name? Are you together?" They said yes. And you just went, "Which one of you is the most toxic?" And they just blew up on themselves.
so it's less of that, but there are moments where I've got like a little bit of come on, come with me, because that's just the way I perform. I'm not very good at being serious and solemn and like, oh, this is very serious. It's like we're here for a laugh, so let's mess about a bit. Which I unfortunately, like with Edinburgh, it feels like there needs to be some sort of performance. So I'm getting used to trying to figure out what that is, which is kind of nice because it is great to like be loose and be in the room, but people do get off on you taking them on a bit of a journey, and like I went on a clowning course the other day. Emma
Nice, yeah,
Hughes and Spencer Jones roped me into it as part of the Exeter Comedy Festival,
yeah.
and it was a Lucy Poppy, I think her name is Lucy something. I don't know anything about clowns, but she's supposed to be this like big deal clown, like, and I'm like, okay. And it was a 2 hour silent clowning class. So for
Wow.
an hour and a half, you're in silence and you're just doing these weird exercises, and then you have a half-hour debrief at the end. And the whole point of the course was to try and get you to look at other people and perform. It wasn't about what you're doing. It was like look at them, be comfortable looking at people, realize how powerful just looking at people are. And yeah, I think there's an element of that I'm like, oh yeah, there is a performance to stand up as well. And not to just be like a Michael McIntyre performance or a Billy Connolly performance, like just standing there looking at people and the effect that can have on them. So it's yeah. What I'm trying to say is the show's going well. I need I'm close to it being finished. There's wording that I need to sort out. The flow can be a bit better, and the performance element is going to be stronger than it is. But it's yeah, hopefully in a month or so, I'll have something that I'll be really proud of. And if not, hopefully by the end, excuse me, of Edinburgh, I'll
Uh,
have something that I'll be really proud of, and I'll take it on a little bit of a tour, maybe. Hopefully,
that
definitely around parts of Wales.
it's if you're ever down this neck of the woods, yeah, more than welcome down Carmarthenshire. Yeah, it'd be good to
Did you
see you.
run with the weird background? Is it
Which one's that?
KWRW?
Oh,
Cool.
Kuru. Yeah, oh, it's great. Do you want to do that one?
I'd love to do because is it independent run, right?
Yeah. It's so it's the old it's now a different ownership. It's the old Parrot in Carmarthen. Yeah, I definitely have to get you on that one. Crikey, if you're up for it. It was so I'm looking at getting I've just this week looked at getting a show down there for October time. So I'll probably do like if you fancy like Christmas or something, get it down there.
100%. Well, that's the thing is like venues like that, I think, are personally the way I want to look at it. I'm like, find independent venues around the UK who've got a sound system, who've got like a space, and it doesn't matter like if it's 20 seats or 50 seats, because that's where I'm looking at. I'm like, yeah, comfortably, that's what That's how many tickets I could sell. Being a stand-up, you can take a risk like that. Maybe for bands, it's a lot more difficult because it's like, well, we got to hire the van. There's 4 of us. Whereas we get to just show up and go, you got a microphone, mic stand, PA, you got chairs, wicked. We got a show.
That's what I love about stand up. Like, so I used to be a bassist in a band who had a residency down Wine Street in Swansea, and like carrying bass amps around the city centre, down Wine Street, and coming back at like 1 a.m. for 70 quid. It was painful. Like, so when it comes to the stand up side of things, like I say, it's you're not in it for the money spinner, but it's nice when it does get paid. But yeah, with Kuru, that's a lovely venue. We had Stefan Allen and Josh Elton do a split bill show there a couple of months ago, and that's the one that we found. It was like people's spending habits. So we had probably, I reckon it was 10 tickets sold until the last week, and I was saying to the boys, I was like, this is going to be practice, and it's probably going to be petrol money. And all of a sudden then it went from 10 people to 50 in 4 days. I was like, where are these people come out of the woodwork? Why didn't they just pre-buy and like stop me from aging and losing my hair? Like, but yeah, man, I'll get you on a date. That'd be good. It'd be nice to. I'd pay to watch you, definitely.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, you're on 20 points and just looking now. Anything else you want to? Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say as well. So the photo that you were using for your promotion as well, mate. I've got to mention this. So it looks like a post-marathon run picture. What's the story behind that, mate?
So I went to watch the Queens of the Stone Age and the Viagra Boys. They played a big gig in Sheffield almost about a year ago now, I think. And yeah, that was me at the end of the gig, because it was I think it was in August, and it was really dusty. So it's dust and muck and like sweat and just mosh juice, you know.
I could smell
So
that
yeah,
photo now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but then I have to drive home for 3 hours, you know. It was, I don't know, because you have to start like promoting your show a year before. So like everything that I've put out about Grogg, I had to write all this 3 months ago, 4 months ago. You know, I didn't really know what the show was until, you know, a month ago. So if you ask me to like write a blurb now for what the show would be, it'd be completely different to what you see on the websites, you know. Because I've only started like really working on it since January. I knew I had bits, but where it was in January, the show, compared to where it is 6 months later, you're like chalk and cheese, like, you know, it's completely different. So like I didn't even know the name Grogg was going to be what I was going to call it. I was just going to call it my Instagram handle, a cat named Peaches with no spaces in. I was so like when I was doing Mackinfla Festival and Exeter Festival and yeah, those two, because you have to like apply for them months in advance. I'm just like, I don't know. So in my head, I was just like, that's a funny picture of me looking gross. That would catch my eye. So maybe it'll catch someone else's eye. But it's not very professional, you know. It was done on a camera phone in a field. It happens to look a bit professional because it's like blurry in the background.
Yeah.
But I'm just messing around.
I thought it was like an indoor park run or something. It's the way you've got your hands around your shoulders. You're just like, that was shattering. It makes sense though now.
Yeah, I was just knackered.
I do what I found with stand up. So I pushed myself to try and write a story within a set, which is turning into like a mini show. And that's the one thing I found when it comes to writing is if it's a story, from testing it and playing it with the audience, it evolves so much. Like say you think of a punchline, it completely turns the show on its head as well. And yeah, I totally see where you're coming from with the development side of things.
Yeah, getting that flow, like, and also being comfortable about talking about certain things on stage. Like, this show is the first time that I've really, like, spoke about my family a bit, or spoke about, like, ex-partners, or, like, current situations I've been in. And I was told, like, I didn't want to be one of these Edinburgh shows where it's, like, a theme and a through line, but you have to a degree. You know, and it is quite nice. And if someone's going to watch you for an hour or 50 minutes, you should give them something, you know? They should feel like a bit of a connection to you, I guess. So yeah, but again, like you said, it takes a while to even have the courage to talk about certain things. Because, you know, who am I to talk about someone else? Because again, it has to be from my point of view. I can't, and also I don't want these people I talk about, I care about them.
Mm.
So I'm not trying to be frivolous with what I say on stage. And yeah, I
That's
guess
good.
that takes time, you know.
And finding the funny out of that as well, while still not giving away too much. It's a tough old writing exercise to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's why so many people have writers or have a director. And
Mm.
I don't have any of those. I've had offers, but I'll just record myself and I'll send them to other comics, or I'll get comics to come and watch me. I'm lucky in that sense.
Mm.
So I get feedback. And of course, the more you get to do previews in front of different audiences, they give you enough of feedback yourself, and you know, listen to yourself. You know whether what you're doing is funny, or you know you're going down the right path or the wrong path. You take the right turn, you know. So, but it's exciting, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, no, I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I say, I'll get you booked for get you down this way neck of the woods to see it. I think it'd be good. But, yeah, enjoyed yourself today, mate.
This is great, boys. Honestly, I wasn't too sure how it would go, but you've got a nice concept here. I don't
Thank
know
you.
if you're like pitching it to anyone, but I think there's definitely an audience for this, because you could do
Cheers, man.
this with anyone.
Yeah,
Like
that's the
the fact
plan.
that when you phoned up, I wasn't expecting it to be like that, like an actual independent business that you phone up. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. But the first one with Jordan was funny because he's a bit shocked I phoned the shop. So he's like, he
Yeah.
says, "Oh, can I ask my wife? Can I phone a friend?" I was like, "Yeah, go on."
Uh-huh.
And like his reaction where he's like, "Yeah, yeah, they phoned a shop. Yeah, phoned a shop in Darlington. They did it today."
No,
Yeah,
but it's brilliant. I mean,
yeah.
like it's got elements of that Mark Steele, you know, when he goes to different towns. You know,
I haven't
Mark
seen that.
Steele. It's on Radio 4. He's been
Mm,
doing it for years. So he'll go on like each series, he'll go to like 6 different towns or places in the UK,
mm.
and he'll do half hour on stage of him talking about the history of that show, of that area. But he'll also have 2 guests that pop up, and he'll talk about it with them. And it's all like done in front of a live studio, obviously written well and planned just like this.
Mm.
And you just he makes it funny, but it's also informative, and I guess you get to know about certain places. He's done Newport, he's done Oxford, he's done everywhere. But it's I think it's called Mark Steele Comes to Town.
I'm making a note of that because I didn't know that existed. Mark Steele comes to. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah, sorry, go on.
I think this is great. I don't know if BBC Wales, you could maybe send them a shout and just be like, "Hey, we've got this concept. How many more of these are you doing?
So
Who have you got booked in?"
we've got about 6 or 7 episodes guest booked in. But
Great.
we've got a couple from outside of Britain as well. So that's we can
Oh, great.
research that. So that's the plan anyway. But whether or not we may have Wi-Fi difficulties, we'll see how we go. But the plan is just, I think, because comedians will travel ridiculous amounts for like a 5-minute stuff. I thought, well, let's kind of do what I've done, like, which just work on your doorstep, you know. And that's
Yeah.
the basis for it then. Yeah.
No, but I think it's very, very good. And if this is just your 3rd episode in,
Third one,
it's
yeah.
better than most of my podcasts I've
Cheers,
ever
man.
got. It takes us like Union of Scum. We're only now really sort of finding our feet, and that's almost after 10 months, really.
I do like the clips you put out, the reels you put out are funny. I do like them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. I think we're just gonna, in my head, I'm like, give it a year, in a sense of, when was it? April, I think. That's
Mm.
when we like swapped over, because we've been with Sam, our producer. I forget Sam's last name, but it's all his gear. He does all the edits. He makes it look really good. It just takes a while, doesn't it? Like
Oh,
what you're doing with the like presenting it and like being comfortable. doing the work as well. There's a lot. It feels podcasting. It seems easier than it is. It's like stand up. You're just like, oh, you just sit down on a couch and you just
Yeah.
funny or whatever it is, and you're like, no, you got to prep it. Just like stand up, you've got to
Do you
prep
know
this stuff.
what got me with the first episode is we had it recorded, and then I realised then I had to learn the software for video editing. So I was asking another act on the scene, and he said download this program, but I was like, I've never used it before because the MacBook I had, which I was doing video editing, was about sort of 10 years old, so it wouldn't work. So yeah, over one weekend I just binged learning this program, and then it was such an uphill battle, and I was on the point of going, damn, have I just got somebody for an interview and then I've got no real way of putting it onto a podcast? But luckily we got it there in the end. Yeah, it's a fun little concept. That's the only thing I'm a bit worried about is people agreeing to the podcast, we put the prep in, and then me phone a shop and go, oh yeah, it'll be on in a couple of weeks. And it just doesn't happen.
No, but even if that does, if that happens, who cares? You're trying
Exactly.
to do something.
Yeah.
Try not to focus on the things that can go wrong, because everything could go wrong. But you're doing it, and I mean, I've done podcasts. I recorded like 12 episodes of a podcast that we never ended up getting out because none of us could be asked to learn how to edit. But it gets you going, and there's loads of things that you'll learn as you go. That's the other thing with podcasting. You don't come out just knowing what it is now. You have to learn all the different ways. Like you said about maybe use a laptop, use headphones, or, make sure your phone's charged. It's all these little things that seem easy, but normally they're lessons you don't learn until after something's gone wrong. But no, this is great, guys.
Cheers, man. Thank you. Right, that's how I got John on the podcast. So the original plan was I had it was going to be like explained to you. So I'd have Phil Cooper as a guest, yourself as the as co-host, and we'd swap places then. So we had a trial run with my two best men, which was John and Arwell. Had fun doing it, and we just thought, well, because of the concept, it could be a bit tricky to ask the co-host to run through stuff. So if John's the co-host, it makes it easier then until that format is hopefully a bit more known then, and go from there then.
Yeah, because I'm not a comedian or anything, so I just
no, but that's good.
Ride in the background and then just jump in whenever I can then.
But I think that's even better. I think like even if you look at someone like Sandro and Simon, it's the two of them, but they've got the producer guy who, you don't need lots of comedians. Sometimes too many comedians will fit all up, and having a levity where, John will come in, everything he said was perfect. You added to it, you never took anything away. So yeah, I think this feels better. I think it would have felt weirder if you went right. If you asked me to do what John just did, I would have probably been a bit like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's awkward. Yeah.
But again, it seems like you two know each other better, and you've got like you've worked at it. You've produced it together. It seems so. It's good.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
We found when it came to doing this as well and talking naturally, it's very similar, almost like MCing as well. Do you find in that? Is it like that with Union Scum, where it's best to just have crib sheets and things you're going to run off, but then don't plan the punchlines, just let them happen? Like, do you find that?
Yeah, you can definitely over prep. It's nice to have some structure, but you are always looking to like bounce off. Because like the best things that'll come out with this is us riffing about princes. We want that like structure, but everyone wants to lead somewhere else. Because otherwise, it's just us going, well, did you know this about he is a Wikipedia page, and it's just like, okay, but we want the entertainment to go one way or another.
We want a bit of personality to show out of it.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Like, Oh, my charger. There we go.
No worries,
Sorry.
mate. That's all right, man. But yeah, I'll, if you want to, yeah, we'll if you're all right, we'll leave it there if you want, mate. Does that sound good?
Yeah, perfect, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, thank you for coming today, mate. And
thanks
you. Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks to anyone listening at home. And as always, please subscribe and follow us on social media.